What's up, Jabroni? Steven here, and welcome back to yet another reaction. Today, we're hopping into the OC episode number 2 of season number 1. So I have something to say. The audio for my reaction messed up. The audio for my reaction is very messed up. The mic picked up audio in a really, really bad way. I'm recording this after I've already seen the show, because it's unwatchable with my audio. You guys know me. I talk, I commentate, I do all that stuff. So it sounds really, really bad. The show audio sounds great. My audio it just comes in choppy. Like it picks up like every other letter of what I'm saying. So yeah, this sadly is not episode 2. I mean, it is episode 2, but it's not the reaction. It's just the breakdown. I'm gonna break down the episodes like I've always done at the end of the reviews or the reactions. I did it already when I recorded it, I actually recorded the episode. I've shrunk the file size, uploaded it to Patreon, and the Patreon supporters are the ones that told me that the audio was messed up. I don't usually listen to the audio for the shows over there because I know how they sound usually. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a breakdown here for you guys on Patreon. Though this episode will be up there, full, uncut, unedited, like all my other shows, but it'll just be my facial reaction and stuff. You won't be able to actually hear what I'm saying because the mic audio was so distorted. There was nothing I can do about that. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna break down the episode. In the end, I gave the episode an 8. Please like this video, share, and all that good stuff. But in the end, I gave the episode an 8. I thought it was rock solid. I thought it was a little bit worse than the last episode, which I actually talked about. That I actually thought the first episode pilot, after watching several pilots, I'm like, well, actually that pilot was actually way better, or not way better, but better than the 8 I gave it. So I actually think the pilot of this show is probably a 9 actually. So that's what I was thinking and talking about in the reaction of the episode that you guys can't hear. Let's see. Like I said, I mentioned I enjoyed the episode. I remembered the characters' names. I remembered most of them. I remembered the things that were happening. It's been about a month since I watched the pilot episode, maybe 2 months, because this isn't a show that was picked up or anything. This is just something that I was doing on Patreon, and I decided to kind of do every once in a while, do an episode of a pilot program show that I've already seen the episode of, like the first episode, and I kind of keep going from there. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how much love the OC gets over here on YouTube. And if it gets a lot of love, maybe I'll bring the series on full time. Okay, so I'm trying to think. We got the theme song in this episode too, and I actually really like the theme song. I feel like it's a song I've heard before. But let's break down the episode, kind of go through the things that mattered. So this is a little bit after, because at the end of the last episode, of course, Ryan, he ended up having to come back because his mom bailed on him. So he's back at the house. Seth is thrilled about it. Mom, not so much. The dad is pretty okay with it. He's actually wants Ryan to live here. So it's kind of like they're hanging out by the pool and they're talking about this is your last day. It's you know, what do you want to do? You want to party it up? You want to do some crazy shit? Adam Brody's character of Seth, right? Seth, right? He's awesome. I love him. He's the comedy relief and he's amazing. He's got like this sarcasm, smart wit about him. I really dig him. Yeah, so they just kind of chill. Ryan at one point in the episode gets really starts to point out the obvious at is it here? I don't know if it's here. Yeah, it's here. It's here where he points out the obvious to the mom about the parents about, we live in this big ass house, yet we can't take him in. It doesn't make any sense to us. We're sending him to foster homes and stuff. He's gonna go into the system. Seth is not happy. Is his name Seth? His name's Seth, right? I'm not crazy. Let me make sure. I don't want to keep saying Seth if it's not gonna be Seth. I can't even check it out here. I'll check it up. So yeah, so the father's telling him about the system and how it's gonna work. That it's possible that you can find a home and they'll adopt teenagers. Seth makes a smart ass remark about, yeah, because everybody wants to adopt a teenager kind of thing. Yeah, Seth. So, you know, the mom feels bad, but she is really against having a grown teen here. We get the theme song. The theme song is solid. I like it. I enjoyed it. Let's see. So Ryan isn't about going into the system, so he's about to run away. Seth can kind of sense it. Comes here outside, says, "Where are you going?" Another smart ass remark. He said we can run away, do something with pancakes, like pancake road tour. He decides to. He has an idea of what we can do. He tells Ryan. He tells Ryan that he's got a plan. The plan is essentially to put him in one of the mom's renovated homes that she's renovating that hasn't been renovated in months. The dad walks in to see what he's like, to talk to him about what's happening, that he can't, not to be mad. He's trying to push him away, and of course, because he's already got a plan, he's wearing all black, he's going all stealthy. It's funny. Let's see. Then we got Marissa. Learned her name. I mean, we knew her name, but I learned it. Actually, I remembered it. She's outside. She's going to a party. She's watching this boy Ryan here, and she's like very curious about why he's still here. She thought he bailed. Well, she invites herself. There's like a cool joke. There's like a cool moment here where she figures out what's happening, and then and Seth's like, "Did you tell her?" It's like, "No, but your outfit kind of did." My man's wearing all black, and he's like, "I was going for a stealth look." Really, really cool comedy stuff. Let's see. She invites herself. Seth doesn't really like her that much because she's lived next door to him, never really paid him any kind of mind. So he is not a fan of hers. But we head into the house. The mom's arguing about something about there was some construction workers that walked out on her on this house. He mentions a comment. Her response, she's like, "Well, we can't have a teenage here," but he wasn't talking about that. He was saying it's not your fault in terms of the housing. But then he kind of sees, oh no, like she really doesn't like Ryan in the house. So we hang out here. Ryan's a skateboarder. I mean, not Ryan, Seth's a skateboarder. So it's pretty cool. Which I'm like, man, bro, you can use that to get girls. Like, be a cool bro skateboarder. These two have really, really good dialogue throughout the show. So one thing I've noticed about the show is that the conversations are actually really, really good. And the acting's really, really good. I've mentioned in my, when I did the reaction about, you have to suspend a little bit of disbelief when it comes to like how quickly things move, because things escalate very quickly in this episode, but I still enjoyed it. Her boyfriend calls, they do the I love yous. He's at the party. Seth makes a comment about her boyfriend being a dick, because he is. Flirty time. And then okay, so that's it. They leave, they go back home. He sleeps here. The dad doesn't find Ryan. He panics. The mom calls the cops for something. They question Seth. He lies for him. The boyfriend of Marissa shows up, and Marissa kind of doesn't want to go with him. She wants to go hang out with Ryan and Seth. So kind of like going away from her clique a little bit to hang out with the other crew. Let's see. We have the sister whose face looks so familiar, but I don't know from what. Let's see. We get a conversation with the mom, Marissa's mom and dad, financial. She needs money for a horse for the daughter, then she needs money later for something else. And at this point, I was kind of worried. I'm like, oh man, she's really about to be cliche as fuck mom. Like cliche gold digging lady. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna like that. Luckily, that isn't the case, and we find out later. These two sneak away. They go to hang out with Ryan. They bring him a bunch of stuff. And I was when the one thing I was actually really happy with my reaction was, I was like praising how well the actors' chemistry was together. Like they legit looked like already best friends and like just teens having fun. They really gave off that vibe, and I really dug it. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like they just met each other, but they're having so much fun, and you can tell it's the actors more than the characters. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really, really good portrayal of how teens are. Let's see. Okay, the guy, Marissa's dad, calls Seth's mom about money, or needs to meet. We find out later what's about money. We're hanging out here. Ryan mentions that he has a friend, and his mom's ex-boyfriend. His mom's ex-boyfriend lives in Texas, and said if he's ever down there, he can get him work in construction. So Ryan's thinking about going down there. Seth's not happy. Seth's like, no, bro, but that's kind of far. Like, I don't want you to go. You know, Seth's already like, me and you, bro. Me and you, we bros. The boyfriend shows up. They try to sneak out. It doesn't work. Fight scene. Sucker punches him. I was like, at this point, I was like, yo, Seth's got a fucking skateboard. Dude, bash him in the head with it and haul ass. But, you know, that would have been probably really bad. So, you know, it's a good thing he didn't do that. They did fight. He says, Ryan has a line here that says, you know what I don't like about rich people? Or you know what I like about rich people? And he's like, nothing. And he punches him. And then while they're running out, Seth's like, that was so cool. All right. So then while they're all hanging at the house, Marissa's mom, Seth's dad come here and they start to have a conversation, kind of talking about their past, their relationship. I mean, they didn't mention relationship, but it came off like first kisses and all that, which I'm guessing that the kids picked up on. He needs money, poor investments, $100,000. So, you know, Seth's mom is pretty loaded. Marissa hears about the financial issues. She didn't react the way I thought it was. Like, I thought they were going to harp on the whole leave me alone kind of thing, but they didn't do that, which I appreciate. They just kind of like, she just kind of heard it, accepted it, and kind of like contemplated it. And we get more of that later. The dad, Seth was looking for a ticket to get Ryan to Texas. And let's see. The dad's like, come on, man, we have to go find him. It's this whole thing. Because, you know, Seth knows where he's at, but the dad doesn't. The dad's worried about him. The cops are looking for him. Then we have the party. These two are going to have sex. I mentioned that there in the reaction. These two are going to have sex. Like, I just see it happening. She's always drunk or high. He's an asshole. And, yeah, the girlfriend leaves. She doesn't want to be around it. Marissa leaves. She goes, hangs out with... Okay, so this is where the episode... Okay, so first off, I made fun of this. I was like, as soon as I saw this, I was like, why so many candles? My man's got like 10 candles lit up. Why? And the next thing I said was like, oh, the house is going to catch fire, isn't it? And then I was like, and then I mentioned like, oh, this doesn't make any sense for the candles. This is pointless. And then then Marissa walks in and I was like, oh, never mind. We needed to set the mood for this. And this is where I kind of fault the episode. So she just met him. She's known him for about 2 days. You know, hung out a couple times. He's hung out way more with Seth. We've hung out with her twice, 1, 2, 3 times maybe. And she's already in this like love struck, don't go, gets emotional, starts crying. And I'm just like, but you have a boyfriend. What is happening here? What is going on? Like, she's at a state where it's like they've been dating, like he's leaving for the army and they've been dating for a while. And I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. And then essentially, you know, she starts to cry. If I can get it here. Yeah, we're from like, yeah, this song is playing. They're really leaning into the emotions of, like really leaning into those emotions. And I'm just like, okay. But you know, you got the vibe that they liked each other, but not like emotions. He does this thing too that I thought was one of the corniest things, that if he would have had Fabio long hair, look at this. Go. Like I was like, what the fuck was that? That was like completely awful direction to give him. Yeah, just kind of do the go. Like it was so weird. And I was like, all right. She goes home, she's bawling, she's crying, and I'm like, oh, but why? Like I don't get it. I get you don't want him to leave, but not even Seth's crying. And Seth's like hung out with him a lot. The boyfriend followed his girlfriend there, so he sees that. That's where the mom was getting $100,000. We have this host, not yet. Seth and the dad are looking to have a nice conversation about running away, and the dad's like, "If you run away, I'm coming with you." Nice little banter. Very much enjoyed it. Let's see. Boyfriend shows up, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, the house catch a fire guaranteed." It's a brawl. It's going down. They're jumping him. So this is where I was saying that I might have said some things that I shouldn't have said, because I was like, well, things caught fire now. I'm like, I ain't getting jumped. I'm sorry, you ain't jumping me, and I'm not gonna attempt to like do stuff. I was like, one of you is going in the fire, because I am throwing one of your asses in there. And then I was like, oh shit, well, that might be a bit far. But at the same time, they're jumping, my man. Self-defense, get off me, oopsie, in the fire, you get a couple burns. I mean, things happen. All right, so yeah, this part I thought, so when they're running away, so to this point, he's a complete dick, asshole, jerk kind of guy. And I was like, oh man, they're gonna run into that. They're running down that cliche guy. But he comes back and he saves Ryan from them dying, essentially. He pulls him out. He even tries to warn him, like, come on, run, run. But Ryan's too fucked up and hurt. They go. We have a moment here with the wife, her. So again, another character that I was like, oh, they're going to go that cliche gold digger route. But she has a genuine moment here with him while talking about basketball and he's like everything. And she like seems like, no, she's not gold digger. At least she doesn't come off as that in this episode. I mean, not at the end here. While that's happening, Marissa's crying. Marissa, of course, knows about the dad's financial problems, but she's bawling her eyes out. She mentions something about, like, he says, you could tell me anything. And she's like, you can tell me everything too, or something along those lines. We got drunk party girl. The guy talking about, yo, dude, that guy was pretty messed up. I hope he didn't die. So then the boyfriend, I don't know what his name is, but he goes out looking for Ryan. You know, they talk about don't tell nobody or we'll get in trouble. Don't mention anything. He gives him a ride home. Ryan's gonna go essentially tell the parents what happened because they go up to the thing and it's they find the burnt what do they find? They find Seth and all of them go like to the burnt house, right? And they see everything that went wrong. The cops are here. He's like, he says, you guys have me in this like place where I don't relate to anybody. And then the first person that I think is cool and I'm actually friends with, you guys are sending away. So you kind of see like the heartache for Seth here. Like he has no friends here. Ryan was like his first actual friend that he was making. And he's a cool friend. So Ryan shows up here, all messed up. Boyfriend's here. While this was all happening, I'm like kind of yelling at the TV. Not yelling, I'm like saying out loud, like, Marissa better kind of put two and two together. Homeboy is fucked up. Like, what do you think happened here? They ain't besties. He confesses, he says he's sorry. They arrest him. But then again, a non-jerk move by this guy. He says it was an accident. He's like, were you there? He's like, and I was like, ooh, was he gonna say no? But he says, yeah, and he gets arrested as well. And it becomes this whole like thing when they both get arrested. The dad says, I'm your lawyer, don't say anything. And yeah, that was the episode. I was like, wow, that's a cool way to take that and not make the guy super dickish asshole guy. So yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. I thought it was a pretty good episode. I give it an 8. There were a few things minor things that I was kind of like, they could have done better there, but overall I enjoyed the episode. But yeah, that's my reaction, my review, my breakdown. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Patreon if you want the full, uncut, unedited reaction. You can get episodes extra early. That's not true. You can get episodes early as well over there. If this episode's up on YouTube, that means that episode 3 is up over on Patreon. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Peace.